Gerard Butler's new spy thriller, Kandahar, will be released theatrically on May 26th. So next weekend, it will be released in theaters. I got a chance to see an early preview of this film, and I gotta say, it really did surprise me. I just don't know who the target demographic is. I believe that it is alternative programming for, of course, Fast 10. That'll be in its second week next weekend, and of course, The Little Mermaid. So this must be alternative programming. I don't know that the trailers did justice for this film, especially since Guy Ritchie just released The Covenant, which didn't hold well in theaters. Here's the thing, especially lately with these action thrillers that Gerard Butler is in, he's always married in a troubled marriage, really, going through a divorce, and there are always these moments. I think it's his note at this point that he, is driving the point, punctuating the fact that he is going through some trouble at home, and so he'll, turn his wedding band, or he'll stare at a picture of, his daughter, and a lot of it is it just feels so punctuated. That's his story. But other than that, other than this obvious arc that he has in most of these films that he's in lately, other than that, I think this film is really good. This film was directed by Rick Roman Waugh, who is reteaming with Gerard Butler, who he also directed him in Angel Has Fallen, which I loved, and Greenland, and then they're also working on the sequel to Greenland. The screenplay was written by real life intelligence officer Mitchell LaFortune. I get the sense that, based on the screenplay, I get the sense that his writing style, I think we're going to see him, for me, it seems like his aesthetic is a lot like Taylor Sheridan. There's more to see, but I just get the sense that he will be that type of screenwriter, and I believe he's already sold a couple more specs. This screenplay, every piece of the action is very purposeful. It's, in other words, it's not, you don't see explosions just to see explosions, just so you have a big set piece for the trailer. Everything, especially the tension, is built with this crescendo. It just felt very, it felt melodic in a way, very intensive, I would say. And that's a credit to Mitchell LaFortune's writing. I think the screenplay is good, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else he has in store for us. Now, Gerard Butler stars as Tom Harris. He is convincing, Gerard Butler is, as a spy posing as an internet technician who plants explosives in a nuclear weapons lab in Afghanistan. That scene alone, the first act alone, now this again is a slow burn. So the pacing is very deliberate and takes time to breathe and build until you get to that second and third act. When his cover is blown, he and his interpreter, who has motives of his own for being there, must trek 400 miles in enemy combatant territory to an extraction point in Kandahar, while Langley, with no authority to intervene, watches via satellite. That's the entire concept. Tom is most wanted. His face is splashed all over the news. Everyone knows what he looks like, and the combatants Taliban and others have a sense of where he's going. There's really nowhere to hide. They know that he's trying to get to a safety zone, a safe zone, which is Kandahar. And so they are hot on his tail, and his interpreter, who they believe is a traitor for helping this spy. Navid Negahban, is he delivers a very powerful performance. His arc is one that has a lot of depth. He is Tom's interpreter, but his motives of being there, being in this area at this particular time, is that he wants to exact revenge on the traitor who caused his son's death. And there's this one scene where he really does, I mean, it's a tearjerker. I think he played this part so well. It is just gut-wrenching how he delivers it when he does get the chance to face his adversary. He really sells it for me. He did such a fantastic job. Now, Ali Vazal, he doesn't have much dialogue, but he does have a lot to do, and he contributes to how intensive the stakes are in the film. For moments, though, I didn't realize whose side he was on, because he doesn't have a lot of dialogue. It's just action. So it seems like he is getting everyone else out of the way so he can be the one to capture Gerard Butler's character who's on the run. But the way he plays this, he's such a mysterious figure in the film, and I think he does a great job with that. And it's a credit also to LaFortune's screenplay, because this character doesn't have a lot of dialogue. Because maybe if he did, especially how he's playing it, it would be hard for him to speak. He's on a motorcycle with a helmet for a lot of the film. And even if he were to speak or have dialogue, it would probably be too much exposition. So I like how his character is written. It's shot so beautifully. I believe this is the first Hollywood film that was principally shot on location in Saudi Arabia since Lawrence of Arabia. And then David Buckley's score pairs so well with every scene. This is a great score. I do recommend this film. I know it's going to be hard choosing between the rest of the competition. I wouldn't say that this is a streaming movie. This is a film that you would want to see on the big screen, but I get the sense that this will find an audience when it is released digitally because of when it's being released. This really is a good film. It's a slow burn. It takes a good 20 minutes to really get going, but when it does, it's good. If you're not planning to see The Little Mermaid, and if you have by then have already seen Fast 10 and Guardians of the Galaxy, make some time for this one. This is a special film. I think Gerard Butler is really good in this film. All of the principal cast, everyone's good in this film. The screenplay is great, and the story is good. It's based in some fact, and I think it's well directed. This is a good film. At any rate, Kandahar will be released in theaters May 26.